Yeah, now with regards to your own projects, like you are basically, you're an entrepreneur. You run your own real estate deals, I would say, right? Or
Yeah,
or is this
I am
consulting? Or
I would say I would call this a consulting because I am normally in one real estate company, but I try to little bit go out of this grid and go into the construction grid, which is like maybe more interesting for me. So now we are. I just brought also from China a really interesting company. So we're gonna do some projects here. Everything is under NDA, so I cannot discuss this stuff. But it's like ayahuasca actually showed me these things, and I'm like, oh, really? I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna meet these people, those people. Yeah, it actually happened. So it was like some level which my brain, when I was doing ayahuasca, was not like understanding, but now I completely understanding. Now I'm like, yeah, sure. So it's kind of interesting that it actually unfolded in a really beautiful way. And it's kind of like, I would call it like consulting. Like if now I'm also bringing another developer from Europe here. They need escrows, they need approvals, they need really cool plots and things like that. So we also organize that. So it's for me, it's more exciting because it's like personal relationships instead of like when you're selling like 1-2 beds and then you're bringing someone to developer's office or you're just selling like normal things. This for me is more exciting. So maybe I all the time thought, oh, why I don't have as much as deals as like maybe normal deals as like my colleagues. But actually maybe I was not meant for that. I was meant for doing this stuff. So it's like I step back. I like sometimes to go forward, you need to go reverse. So then you do that and then you see what's happening after. Yeah.
That's beautifully said. I'm so glad we're having this conversation. And the relationship piece. Yeah, I could feel that or sense that about you, that you like to make these connections also, right? And to really, also deep connections for successful business. But I would imagine if you work so closely with someone making these big, amazing deals, that you would really also sit with them and get to know them and really talk about other things probably than just the deal, I would imagine.
Yes, it's actually really, as I said, it's funny. Since I stepped my foot in Dubai, I already felt like, wow, this is my city. I just love it. And actually, since I'm here, I don't know why I always meet people before they, I would say, blow up or becoming like, I don't know, best-selling book authors or popular. Even Dubai, I met Dubai before it was popular. So some of my friends are nowadays like pretty incredible people, but I met them before they were. And besides that, I also somehow met like some other interesting persons. And now I see how everything comes together. Like, for example, this alcohol company I'm making with one of my best friends, and I never thought I'm going to do business with him, even though I know him for 6 years. So it's kind of like funny, he called me in springtime. He's like, by the way, Chris, should we do this gin and tonic vodka soda company? Let's take this factory. I'm like, yeah, why not actually? And then like now it's like we are cooking this thing for like, it will be almost 1 year, but then we will be also ready to explode. I hope so. And so that's kind of like, I already met those people, but nothing was actually happening. We're just like friends. So now, yes, if I want to do those interesting deals, you have to do lunch and you want to do business with people you like. Actually, with my Chinese business partner, we had one situation where we got offered like a really big construction deal, and we didn't like the guy who was organizing the meeting because we find out he is like cheating on his wife. And he was a bit disrespectful already. We felt like he's not good vibes. And we are like, do we want to do business with him? And then we are like, no, we are not desperate. We have this offer, that offer, this country, that place. So we're like, no, we're just not going to do anything with this guy. So we just like canceled, even though it was promising and big deal. And then funny part is this guy didn't manage to organize the meeting because we told him we don't want a meeting with you. And then we went to another meeting, which I organized directly. And that guy said, oh, I know this guy. And then regardless, we got that meeting without involving like people who we just like don't vibe with. I don't know, like sometimes you have to be diplomatic, but sometimes you just like, you have the opportunity to choose.
Yeah. Yeah. We say we always have a choice in the end, right? But it's very conscious decision making. And again, trusting the feeling. So it seems to be like running through your life as a red thread.
Not always, but now I can say yes completely.
So and you seem to be very excited also about these projects, and it seems to be also something new, right? That's evolving and opening.
It's just like last year everything unfolded. So that's like really exciting.
And is this then also Dubai focused and based, or are you exploring other places in the world?
No, we are doing also UAE, but also other countries.
Okay.
Like we already have some reference in other countries too. But
That means you would travel also, or will you do most things from here?
No, I think we travel.
And you like traveling?
I think after Emirates you're a bit like, okay, but now
you're done with
now if I go to places, I already know what to do everywhere.